Derby Arenas and Car Crashes 2 allows you to destroy over 300 in-game vehicles, all varying in size, speed, weight, handling, etc. In this video, we will discuss some vehicles that perform far ahead of the pack in terms of Derby performance, and some that lack in Derby performance. There is a plentiful amount of Tier 1 Derby vehicles at the player's disposal. In beginner, experienced, and pro Derby arenas, any Tier 1 vehicle that is fast, can attach a plow, and is durable are some of the best Derby cars that the player can choose from. Tier 1 vehicles that have some weight but are also fast can be one of the most ideal cars for Derby. For beginner players, cars like the Silvia, S15, Nissan 350Z, Dodge Charger Police, and the Ford Focus RS will perform really well in a Derby environment. On the other end of the spectrum, vehicles that are heavy, small, and slow will perform terribly in Derby. Basically any vehicle that is an F tier in racing. Vehicles like the PLP 50, Orange Tractor, Volkswagen Bus, and others which you should avoid in Derby. Free cars are also vehicles you should avoid. When getting into the experienced servers, you get access to more powerful and faster vehicles, along with larger and heavier machinery. There are many great options, but some of my personal preferences were the Dodge Challenger SRT, the Ferrari 599, BMW M3, and the Nissan GTR R35 are just a few. Now there aren't many bad options in experienced rank, but there are a few outliers in this situation. These include the racing lawnmower, the Humvee, the sprint car, and the EXR trifecta, along with the banana car. These aren't necessarily bad cars, with a few upgrades they are pretty good. However, compared to other vehicles, they underperform. Now this is where it gets competitive. In this game mode, you have access to all vehicles in Car Crashes 2. There are tons and tons of awesome Tier 1 Derby vehicles in the game. Your favorite Tier 1 Derby car will be influenced by personal preferences. However, for me, the EXR Trigelta and the EXR XTimo are my favorites. Now just like experienced Derby, the vehicles in Pro Derby aren't bad. They just have some outlying flaws that make them less likely to be used. Vehicles like the Volkswagen D3500, RT1, Bugatti Type 35, and Type 57, among many others, whilst not the best, also aren't the worst. When you get into higher Derby experience levels, Tier 1, 2, and 3 vehicles all get incredible improvements as you progress. There are just some unpopular vehicles that don't get used respectively. There are only 4 Tier 2 vehicles in the beginner rank, and most of them I wouldn't recommend using. Most of them perform similar, except for the Panzer half-track. This vehicle can equip the wedge plow, like other Tier 2 vehicles. However, it can't turn well, and it's extremely slow. If used right, it can be alright, but this shouldn't be the vehicle to use. Tier 2 vehicles in experienced rank don't perform that much better than Tier 1 vehicles, and in my opinion, should not be substituted over a Tier 1 vehicle. Most of them are either not that big and kind of fast, or big and extremely slow. The best Tier 2 vehicle would be the Terrain Destroyer. This vehicle has good acceleration, which puts it over many other Tier 2 vehicles. Some honourable mentions include the Mercedes-Benz Actros and the John Deere Tractor. The worst out of all of these vehicles has to be the Steamroller. It's slow, can't turn well, and is susceptible to attacks. The Pro Derby rank has the best Tier 2 vehicles that you can get. Vehicles like the EXR C650, Trillette Fast G 4x4, and of course the Thruster Speed SSV, Supermobile, and the Hypershock SSV. These are all excellent Tier 2 vehicles. They exceed phenomenally thanks to their immense capabilities. There are some good honourable mentions like the Volkswagen Monster Truck, Energy Monster Truck, and the Gurkha. All great vehicles, but they do not live up to the glory of the best Tier 2 Derby vehicles. Now the worst Tier 2 vehicle has to be the Luftbahn Sturang Dragbill M/40. Gee, that's a mouthful. You probably get KO'd by the time you finish pronouncing its name. This vehicle is ridiculously slow, and whilst it has a rotating turret strapped to its back, its slow speed overshadows its unique features. There is only one Tier 3 vehicle in the beginner rank, which is the Bulldozer. This makes it both the best and worst vehicle for a Tier 3 beginner vehicle. Whilst it has a large flat bucket on the front, its slow and low durability at the wheels make it an inferior option compared to other vehicles. There are some awesome vehicles in the experienced ranks, the best in my opinion being the DAP Corn Harvester, while slow is renowned for its rotating front header, and the School Bus for its size and acceleration. Most vehicles are pretty comparable in terms of Derby performance. However, Tuscany Mobile Home has to be the worst. For starters, it has a poor turning circle, making it hard to get out of sticky situations, and its low top speed and slow acceleration make it hell to drive in a Derby environment. The Pro rank encompasses the best Tier 3 vehicles to date, and are commonly used in free-for-all derbies. To survive in these situations, you need a large vehicle with a sizable defense mechanism. Most tanks are capable of warding off other Derby participants with their sheer size and firing capabilities. The FT6 Super Dual, Industrial Bulldozer, EB7 Mountain Annihilator are the top dogs in this category. At the very bottom of the spectrum, we have the Forest Boxer D33 and the A7V Stern Panzer. The Forest Boxer has large wheels and is front-wheel drive, so knocking off those front wheels makes the Forest Boxer a large paperweight. The A7V Stern Panzer is the slowest vehicle in game. There's a terrible turret on it, making it so you have to rotate the whole vehicle if you want to be effective, and it's an easy target. Now to sum this up, if you are considering Derby vehicles, make sure to fully upgrade them and add plows if applicable. These make vehicles much more effective in a Derby environment. Now these vehicles are based on my opinion, so if you have a better vehicle to use, please leave a comment. Without further ado, it's time to end the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.